then this is the typical thing that people are really they doing, is they start with the program first and just hoping that people will buy. So you know what you want to do, you want to monetize your skill, and you just start off with building the program, building the course, without having had a conversation with anyone. Hi everybody. If you're new to my account, my name is Hilda and I'm a high ticket sales coach. So I teach coaches and service providers how to articulate their value so that you can attract premium clients. And by premium clients, I mean people are willing to pay a higher price for a higher value. So today's session is all about how to conduct market research and why you should do it. It was a highly requested topic, and I did do a session on this on Instagram Live, but from some other reason, Instagram prevented me from posting it in my feed, so I have to redo it. But that's how much I care, guys. How about you all? But anyway, I know for a fact that many of you do not conduct enough market research. The reason why I know that is because I talk to a lot of people through connection calls, and I have clients. They say that they have shown up in the stories on lives, and they post regularly, every day, every week, but I still do not have clients. If that is you, please let me know in the comments if you're struggling with this particular topic. And what that is an indication of is that your message is not effective. You're probably not speaking to the problems that your audience are experiencing or having. And the purpose with doing and conducting market research is to go from I think to I know. Instead of you thinking that this is your the main problem for your audience, instead of you thinking that my audience is probably struggling with this, they have a problem with that, you think that this is what brings them value. After you have conducted market research, you can now say, based on all the conversations I have had, I now know that my audience is struggling with this. I now know that this is what my audience wants. I know now that this is the result that my audience wants. And that is a difference. Many start with the idea that I want to monetize a skill that they have. So this is including me. When I started, I knew that I wanted to start this business, and the first thing I did was create an account and then start to create an offer. And it was probably a good offer as well, like a good program. But I was just expecting people to actually buy because I myself thought it was so good, but I had not conducted nearly enough market research to actually know that this program solves this problem for my audience. I did not know what kind of problem my audience was really struggling with. I did not know what kind of value they were after, what kind of results they were after. So I just created this offer, spent so many hours creating an offer and a program, and promoted it on my Instagram several times, this is going to be the bomb. And nobody bought it. Really, nobody bought it. And then it just hit me, I starting in the wrong end. And it takes time for people to conduct enough market research to really get to know your audience and to create really good content that's really resonating with the audience. And I have now spent 1.5 years really getting to know my audience and taking my time to really figure out what kind of problems they are really having, what kind of results they're after. But you have to go from, instead of, then this is the typical thing that people are really they're doing, is they start with the program first and just hoping that people will buy. And I don't know if that is similar to what you are experiencing right now. So you know what you want to do. You want to monetize your skill, and you just start off with building the program, building the course, without having had a conversation with anyone. And then you start to create content around your offer, but it doesn't speak directly to anyone's problems, because you haven't spoken to your audience who's going to buy that kind of program that you have created. So you're really starting in the wrong end. So what you want to do is you want to conduct enough market research to really know how are you going to develop and make this offer really, really good, this program really, really good, so it helps with the specific problem that your audience are experiencing and having. So because what you want to figure out during this market research is where are your audience right now? Are they just starting out, or are they experienced? How sophisticated are they? And what is the biggest challenge that they're having? Is it to actually create content? Is to get in front of a camera? Is it mindset? Do they struggle with low confidence? So what kind of challenges are they actually facing? Where do they want to be? Do they want to create a business? Do they want to feel important? Do they want to play a role in somebody's life? Where do they want to be? What kind of results do they want to have? And what are they really struggling the most with? Is it creating content, as I said? So and you also have to know what are the, how do you say it? What are the patterns that you see? Because when you first see the patterns, it's easy also to create content that speaks directly to the problems and the patterns that your audience is having. And that takes time. It takes time. And you just have to accept that it takes time. It ain't done in 2 weeks. So and how do you actually conduct market research? So the different approaches I have done is that I actually, the easiest way is to actually just using posts on social media. So you can do that on a regular basis, every day. In some way you can ask basically the same questions, but in different formats. And also is when you get answers from the polls, you can see who answers, and there's also some, if it's okay, in a humble way, you can reach out to people and ask if you can ask questions regarding the answer that they did on the poll. Why did you answer it in this way? What's your biggest struggle? I see that you answered this. Why did you answer that? Blah, 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 blah. So use posts on social media I did that for many months, and I started my stories with, I am conducting market research. Can you please just answer? I really, really appreciate it. And by just saying that sentence, more people also answer the polls. The second point is how to conduct market research. Research is conversations in the direct messages, because you want to get as close as possible to your target audience. And target audience is really, really important. There's no need for you to conduct market research with people who is not in your target audience. And that is very important. You want to speak to those who can benefit from your service. So you start conversation with the target audience in the DMs, to start conversations, to get feedback around how they want things to be, what kind of problems do they have, challenges, and really book and also have a really, to get the opportunity to get a solid connection with that person. And if you do have a genuinely good connection with someone, I would suggest the best way to conduct market research is to get them on a call. And for many people, it's very scary to ask for a connection call, for a coffee chat. And I understand it, but in the same way, I do not understand it, because if you're struggling with this part particularly, to reach out to people, everything else you do in your business after that is going to be difficult. If you want to create a successful business, you're going to meet so many other struggles. So if you can't really ask people to have a conversation with you through Zoom or Teams or whatever, you're going to struggle a lot more with other tasks that will come when your business grows. So try to force yourself to be dare to ask if you want to have a conversation on Zoom, for you to ask questions. Say it's for market research, right? And doing connection calls is the best option for many reasons. It is the best way to create contact, a relationship with that person. And you also get to be able to ask as many questions as possible during that call, and you can get into a deeper level with that person who is in your target audience, who is possibly a person who could end up buying your program that you're now creating. So you get so much valuable insight doing it that way. As I said, you want to get as close as possible to your target audience. And now that you have them on the connection call, you have this person's full attention. So you are able to get so much valuable content, valuable information this way. So use posts on social media, conversations in the DMs, connection calls, and yes, surveys through emails will also do, but it's not the most efficient way to conduct market research. But just to sum up, the objective here is to go from I think to I know, and that's very, very, very important. Do not just start with creating an account, creating a program, or offer, and promote it without talking to your audience. You can't force people to like and to buy your service. That's not possible. You can't force people to buy. So if you, instead of you spending hours creating a program, start with you spending hours conducting market research so you can create a program around the topics that your target audience is talking about. So when you have enough insights, it's so much more easier. It gets easier. Sometimes it's like me talking in English. I'm thinking in Norwegian and I talk in English, and it's sometimes not like that easy, you guys. But now I missed my point completely. Yes. So when you have enough insight, it gets easy to create content. Every time, like I do a connection call, for instance, let's use this for example. Whenever I do a connection call with someone and I have this open dialogue about starting a business, what kind of problems they're facing and stuff like that. Whenever I finish the conversation, I can easily go and create 1, 2, 3 pieces of content based on that call. Because they have now expressed to me what they're really, really struggling with. And I can create a piece of content that's speaking to that problem and also saying what the solution will be for that person. Like, how are you going to fix that kind of problem? So that's how we create content. Also, with insight from your audience. Like, do your market research properly. Because when you first do that, it gets so much clearer to do everything else in your business. Clarity in your niche, target audience, and clarity in insights from your market research. So if you are one of those who's really struggling with this and you really struggle to create valuable content that speaks directly to your target audience, you are one of those who's struggling to know who your target audience is, or you're one of those who are struggling with attracting qualified leads, who's willing to pay a premium price for your offer, I invite you to apply to my elite program. So the elite program is designed for you to close your first one-to-one client the quickest way possible. So through my elite program, I help you to lay the foundation, and I help you niche down to get clarity around who you actually are targeting, what kind of problems they are having, and how you're actually going to create that offer for them. I help you to how to create valuable content to that audience, and doing it efficiently. I also help you to get control over how you generate leads to your business, how you can control how many leads, how many sales should you have in your business. So if you are one of those, I'm only a direct message away. Just ask in the direct messages, or you can go to the link in my bio where you can apply directly to my elite program. So